Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living, and we are in the new building. You can see that we have a little bit of construction going on behind us. Still have to do some wiring, but hey, Doc Falcon, how are you doing, man? I am curious. I'm out in the new building. Do you have any lag? Is there a problem with the video feed that you can see? How's your family? Is everybody back from up north? Cool. Thank you. Well, looks like we do have enough. Good. Looks like we do have enough signal strength out here to do the live feeds. So that is pretty good. What's been going on with you? If you haven't watched the video, I do have all of the walls finished except for behind the shelving. And I've got the pieces and parts. Amen, man. Me too. Living the damn dream. Living the dream. Well, I'm glad everybody's back from up north. I hope y'all had a good visit. And I hope the wife and grandkids had a good time. I certainly understand how that goes. We're getting ready to, or they are getting ready to go do a little bit of traveling. I cannot because of work. Yes, sir. Thank you. And thank you for your suggestions and help. I really appreciate it. But they are getting ready to go do a little bit of traveling, going down to the Gulf. Stay down there for a few days. Hey, Pete, how are you doing? Hope everything's going good with you. And I will follow them down there for a day or two because I have to do regular work. The jury, I was on jury duty for a lot of last week. Glad you're doing well, Pete. And it kind of ate into my time off. And I work for a real small company, and my boss said, he said, I can pay you for one or the other. He said, I don't think I can pay you for both. And I said, well, hell, just pay me for jury duty, and I'll work part of the week next week while everybody's down. And so that's what we agreed to. So yeah, I'm just getting everything kind of situated. That's why I really haven't been posting a lot of videos last week, is because they take jury duty seriously, because it was like from 7 to 6 every day. And by the time I got home, I had so much other stuff to do, I didn't have any time to do the videos. But I got a whole lot of other videos situated in queue. So we'll have a whole lot coming out this weekend. Some good stuff, hopefully, not on wood. Yes, sir, Doc. This is the first time I ever did it. I had no idea. I had no idea how involved it was and how long it took and how serious, obviously it's serious, but how serious they take it and make it. I hope they don't call me anytime soon. Goodness gracious, I don't know. It was involved and long. Pete Froud, how is everything going with you? What are you doing? Yes, sir. We tried to get together. I'm going to say 3 weeks ago we tried to get together, but he was having a bad day and he wasn't feeling real good. And they called me that morning. He was supposed to get together that Saturday, and they called me that morning. I think it was like a day after chemo that he had. Dang, dark already. And he wasn't feeling good, but Doug and I talk a pretty good bit. I always never fails. I miss his live stuff by 20 minutes, it seems like. And he misses mine by 20 minutes. I saw the video where they got that big, what is it, 12 by 20 building. I'm really glad he got that in. Yeah, that's what I figured, because we were gonna. He and his wife Sandra, and the grandkids. I think they're the grandkids. They were gonna come down. We're gonna cook out. I know Doug for. I have known Doug for a few years, and we're gonna come down and cook out and goof off. And he was gonna ride on his mowers, and I was gonna let him ride on my stuff. But he wasn't up to it, so they canceled. They begged out, which is absolutely fine. And hopefully before we get cold weather, we'll all get together. Yeah. I try not to push because I got some stuff that I was going to give him when he came down. I am between trucks at the moment. Otherwise, I just load some of this stuff up in the truck and I take it up to him. But I don't have a truck right now. Don't tell him, though. I don't think he's on here yet. But I got a couple of surprises for him, and I want to surprise him. But we'll catch up. He and I, we talked back and forth for a very long time, and it was funny. If you know me, and if you know Doug, then you might be familiar with Doc Sprocket, Christopher Smith from Canada. And so Doc Sprocket and I have been friends for a long time, and I got him to call Doug when they first started doing his chemo, and that was a real kick for Doug. So it will. It's the little stuff from what I've been told that keeps you going, and by God, I don't have a whole lot as far as what I could do to help and give, or time, something like that. But what little silly stuff I can send to him to make him happy and feel better, and get my friends to do it, by God, I'll do that if I can. I don't know. That's it. But yeah, he seemed to be doing good in that video where he got his building, and that's all I know, really. He's my buddy. Like I said, I'll catch up with him hopefully before we get cold weather, so we can do some stuff. He may be on here later on today if we hang out for a little bit. I'm not going to try to keep y'all too long because I know y'all got stuff to do on a Saturday afternoon. Well, I'll be in the background. You can see that I have a pile of food buckets and a pile of junk. I'm going to definitely have to clean up before. Yeah, Pete. He's a really nice guy. Gosh, I'm going to say he started talking to me 3 years ago. We started talking. That sounds fantastic, Doc. Just come on down and take your pick, and you can clean up, or you're welcome to clean up all of this. Still trying to get the office set up. I have another desk to bring in, and I got to have some bookshelves. I got a whole bunch of honest to goodness work books, service manuals kind of stuff, reference books. And this thing's filling up. Hey, the Redneck Prepper, how you doing, man? How is everything going on with you today? But you can see we're well, like, you know, that that's one of these scary things, and just a whole bunch of stuff. My wife is so happy that I am getting everything out of the closets, and one of those, and bringing it out here to get everything situated. And I'll show you something kind of neat. I did a video on it a while back. This is part of it. This other part, and it looks like a big old TV tube. Pete, that is a semi-automatic. If you're talking about that, yes, sir. That's an AR pistol. It's not loaded. It's not one interchangeable. This, and I know some of us older guys, because I thought about it the first time I saw it. I thought, that's a big old TV tube. Well, no, it is actually a vacuum solar oven. And I will show you. You would take this and slide it in there, and it will cook food in direct sunlight or indirect sunlight so freaking quick. You can bake potatoes in this in 30 minutes. You can't do that in an oven. Yeah. And this is a RAND, R-A-N-D, solar oven, a vacuum tube. And these things work like super duper. BC Truck hooked me up, got me into these. These things cook better than a regular oven. I did some videos of these. Chris DIY does them, and he does a lot better videos. Yes, sir. The Redneck Prepper. I have AC. Yep. And we do have Wi-Fi, so we got tunes. Yes, sir, Pete. It does it so fast. You can do meatloafs. You can cook whatever you want to in it. It has to be in like the tray, the elongated tray. But you can do like the little aluminum trays, or you can just put potatoes in here. Is what I always did. And you can also use it to distill water. And with a little bit of tweaking, you can make spirits with it. By spirits, I mean alcohol, fuel that you can drink. And we'll try to get some videos going of that later. But it's really cool, and it's not very expensive. It was, I'm going to say, I think it was $50 for that vacuum tube solar cooker. And it cooks really, really, I was amazed. It cooks really well and really fast. And yes, sir. It does indeed. And like I said, the tray, the insert that slides in it, that's probably $30, and you don't have to have it. But you can put potatoes in there, and you can bake them in sunlight. Like I said, half an hour. I was amazed. No, the Redneck Prepper. That is the big rectangular, the big box solar oven, those things, the Rand solar ovens, are not expensive at all. I'm going to buy another 2 probably, because the only downside is they're so small. That if you were cooking for myself, my wife, the hooch, and Samantha, our daughter, one of those would do. But there's always, other people around. And okay, let's say it's some kind of situation. So it would be my son and his daughter and their 2 kids, and probably then 2 or 3 other people. So I sure will. Yeah, absolutely, Redneck Prepper. Let me, I'll make a note of it right now. And I will post, I'll do a video of it tomorrow, a brand new video. I've got several of the old ones. Solar oven with links for, and this is ideal because this is kind of what I want to do these live chats about, to find out what y'all are interested in, what you want. For Red Prepper, or Redneck Prepper. Okay, that will work out. Yeah, they're fantastic. But Chris DIY, capital D, capital I, capital Y, I believe that's his channel. He has a really good series of cooking on these things and trays and everything that he modified. BC Truck, as I live and breathe, I was just talking about you, so your ears must be burning. BC, I was talking about the Rand solar oven that you seduced me into buying, and I love it. It is Pete. We have, I dehydrated a bunch of apples. Hang on. Here we go. Have some left of the apples. Believe it or not, that is 2.5 pounds of apples. The other 2.5 pounds, I did 5 pounds. The hooch is inside eating them up. And these things are fantastic. These are, gosh, Gala. These are Gala apples. And they are fantastic. This is kind of why I like having all my junk in here now. But yeah, BC, I was talking to the Redneck Prepper about the Rand solar oven. Hang on, I'll show you, BC. Yeah. Yep. There you go. The Rand solar oven. And I bought that a while back off of your suggestion. And it is delicious. There you go. The Rand solar oven. And it was just in another part of the property. Yes, sir, BC. That's what we were talking about. In addition to distilling water, you can distill spirits with it. Yes, sir. You sure can. You can put mash in there, tilt it at an angle in the sun, run your tube, drip, drip, drip. Yes, sir, you can. Not that I would ever condone any of you do anything illegal. We'll do that in another video. And like I said, the only downside to it, it's quasi-fragile. So you have to be kind of careful. It's good. It cooks good meals for 3 people. It will cook a full meal for 3 people. Yes, sir, Pete. Absolutely. You can do cider brandy. Yes, sir, Doc. Doc Falcon, absolutely. That is a fantastic recipe for fuel. Um, we may do some videos because I come from a long line of preachers and moonshiners, and that is what we do. Um, we'll talk later. But that Ram solar oven, that tube is enough for 3 people for a full meal. I mean, like if you wanted to cook like a meatloaf and baked potatoes and inserted in there, that is 3 big meals for 3 people. But like I said, if you have other people, so if you needed meals for 10 people, you would need 3 of those Ram solar ovens, in my opinion. So that's kind of what I think about when I do this kind of stuff, because I look around and I think, well, how many people am I planning on taking care of if something should happen? You know, not like the zombie crazy stuff, but if something should happen, what can I do? What could I cook with? Well, that or the gosh, what is that other solar oven? BC has it, and he's actually a rep. He's a rep for the company. I can't think of it. BC, if you're still on and around, the GoSun oven, All American Sun Oven. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, BC. That one, guys. If you were looking for one that will cook for a family, and I mean more than 3 people, you can get your 2 pots and everything. It is very well made. BC has several videos where he has cooked in that GoSun oven, and I've watched them drooling. It is very, very well made, and it actually works. That's the thing about it. Yeah, and it's not, sleight of hand tricks or any kind of half-assery. The damn thing works. I don't get paid for it. Thank you for telling you this. All American Sun Oven, if you got a big household, it would be the one to buy. And for 2 or 3 people, I would buy one of those. I'm probably going to buy 2 or 3 more of those. And All American Sun Oven. I think I told the hooch that's what I wanted for Christmas. That and peace on earth. Yeah. And death to all my enemies. Thank you, Steve Martin. Yeah, BC has had a couple of them, and I think he even built one. And that's why I really never duplicated any of the videos, because he did it so well. The All American Sun Oven is the DA shit or shizzle. How about that? You will not be disappointed if you purchase that. And like I said, I didn't even make it into an advertisement, but buy now using this code. No. If you have any questions or anything like that, send them to me, and I'll try to get them answered. As far as the All American Sun Oven, it's really dang good, guys. You won't be disappointed. That or the Ram Solar Oven. I like the Ram Solar Oven a whole bunch. Hey, one day at a time. How are you doing? You made it. I'm glad to see you, buddy. But the Ram Solar Oven, the downside to it is it's fragile. So that's why I keep it. I've had it for 2 years, but I keep it in the original box with a styrofoam insert, because it's a glass tube. It's a vacuum tube. And you dink it, you knock it, you're out of it. Yes, sir, Pete, we did. We had blackberries. We had picked them, and all the canes are about to the point where we're going to cut them down to the ground. And the problem is they came up in my asparagus bed, And the hooch likes asparagus more than she likes the blackberries, mainly because the chickens ate all the blackberries and they don't care for the asparagus. The chickens don't. So I'm going to have to rethink where we have the asparagus bed. Kicking the butt is it takes 5 years to get asparagus going well. And I have a very nice established bed, but there's the blackberries and the chickens. Um, but yeah, trying to see what else is going on. I'm looking at everybody trying to keep up. So what's been going on with you one day? How's everything been? Yes, sir, Pete, it does. And I use the roots, and I can pick enough asparagus to do a meal's worth. You know he's a gun guru, the redneck prepper. You know he's a gun guru, and he's also a 1022 trigger magician. Just saying, it's what I heard. Word on the street is, it's what Huggy Bear said. Word on the street is he's a 1022 trigger magician. Yes, sir. I tell you what, yes, sir. 12-hour shift is a long day. It is indeed. Yes, sir. Yeah, BC, I have to say that's why I don't really do a lot of gun videos anymore unless I plan on just not monetizing them at all. Because, and my channel is not a gun channel, and I might have had 20 videos and they demonetized every one of my, and I appealed it and they replaced it, but at what cost? I mean, at that point, you've already lost so many videos worth of views, or so many views worth of videos, rather. And it's just, Pete, I have thought about growing pineapple. I have heard that they will grow, but they will not really produce a fruit here in central Alabama. So I don't know. Now, we've got kind of like the greenhouse, but that's kind of like the chicken laying house. And of course, the chicken's only laying it halfway. So I don't know what would be the best way to do it. Is that really such a thing, Doc Falcon? Does nothing but complain about YouTube. I don't know. I figure it's kind of like I'm in their house and I'm renting a room from them. So if they say no loud noise after 9 o'clock, okay, Pete, that's a good way to do it. I didn't think of that. But if YouTube says you can't do this in order to get your money, well, if you want to get money from YouTube, then I guess you have to do what they say. So I don't know. I have been toying with the idea. We are doing our own website. We're going to get that going and everything. We're going to be doing a Patreon page, which we will do a lot more involved stuff that YouTube frowns on that. And it will be bounced off of website. So that would be, yes, sir. Hornworms are monsters. One day at a time, they will eat your tomatoes up. We're out picking the last tomatoes of the year, me and the hooch this morning. And be careful, BC. Have a good one, man. Tacos and a nap. I can't argue with that. But yeah, the hornworms are terrible. They will tear your tomatoes up overnight. I had no idea. I went outside one day and picked off one or two and squished them. And I thought, ha ha, I got you. And then the next morning I went out and they had level 5 plants, the ones I did not catch, had ate them down to the stalk. Tacos sound good. It's what the redneck prepper says. Doc, you're tired of tacos? Hey, Bob, what you up to? Hope everything's going okay with you. Yeah, BC's a good guy. I met him online, obviously, and we chatted back and forth for a year or so. And then there was a prepper convention or a get together, and less than 100 miles from where I live. Doc Falcon. Do you get real mole? Do you get honest to God pork carnitas? Just wondering, because that is, oh my God, that's good stuff. But I met BC. He was like 2 campsites over. We were at a state park, and we got together and started talking and everything. That's how I met BC. Real nice guy, down to earth guy. You would have a fantastic conversation with him for hours. You would sit and talk for hours. We did, and about everyday stuff. And he and some of the guys that he was down with, we all got together. I mean, it was really cool. Dang, Doc. Now I'm hungry. Because I can't find good Mexican food here in Alabama. And usually what I tell them is, I say, what do you got? And they tell me this, the rest recite their list and everything. I say, what do you eat in the kitchen? And then they kind of look at me and say, oh, I say, bring me whatever you eat in the kitchen. Holy cow. Doc, wow. There you go. Well, that's good. That's good eating and good loving, I guess. Yeah. What? We can't keep everything caught up here. As far as cutting and trimming and cutting and trimming and cutting everything back. I swear the hooch and I, we've been talking about, we got like 11 acres here that are highly really okay. I'll look into that, Pete. They're good guard dogs. I understand, Doc. I understand completely. I forgot what I was talking about now. Yes, I understand completely. Okay, yeah, about clearing property. The hooch and I have been talking about, and I've mentioned it before. We're looking at moving. Like this building, obviously, is portable to a point. So we're looking at possibly selling what we have and going finding 5 acres or something mostly wooded with an acre of land around it. And we're looking at moving everything, all of our stuff, chickens, dogs, of course. Thank you. Is that the one on the tires that I filled with foam one day at a time? But we're looking at moving. Not out of Alabama. I work from home. Okay, one day at a time. Doc Falcon, you're absolutely right. It would take a year to move everything. We own several parcels of land here on this, so we would. I don't know. It's kind of a pickle, and we're. I mean, it's something I just don't know. Um, I mean, and it's becoming a problem. I don't know, but yeah, it would take a while. We have talked about renting out this side of the property. Like I said, it's separated. I mean, it's separate parcels, legal description, and then building on the other side. That may be something. I don't know. Whatever she wants to do, I don't much care as long as I have a place to ride in my 4-wheeler and shoot my guns and play with the grandkids out here. But one day at a time. That video, I got more death threats from that video than any other video I have ever done because people kept saying that it was fake and I was making it up. And I've still got the tires. Yeah, I still got the tires on kudzu. And they're still inflated. And they still ride around now that the lugs are starting to wear out. Yeah. And I got people threatening to kill me because of that video because it was all fake. I was making it up and I was taking advantage of people. I don't see how. And but gosh, who all? And I had some friends come over and ride it, and they said, "Oh, this is really cool." Now it rode hard. They did ride hard, and they weren't for high speed. So if you could go about 20 miles an hour, but if you were looking for obviously it's not balanced. Now I figured out a way to balance them. So if you're going to do low speed stuff, it's no problem. I have no idea. It was really the hooch. My wife Shauna, she was actually kind of nervous. She said, "I can't believe these people are saying that you're lying about all this." And I said, "Babe, don't worry about it. It's just I don't know. I happened to come up with the idea, and I wasn't even the original person. I think I was like second or third down the list who came up with it. And I think people have really been doing it for years, filling it up with different kinds of foam. Yeah, and but I got more death threats from that than any other videos I have ever done. And I've done some weird stuff, but not crazy like that. I thought, dang guys. And so I can go do another video. They're still inflated and still ride. Like I said, they ride rough. They do ride rough. And they're not made for high-speed applications. And so I always say that. I preface that in the videos that I do. Those are the two things that you would take away. They're for low-speed applications, and they do ride rough. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you are correct. But never having to have tires, I've drilled holes in them with spade bits and then just go riding, and they just ride. And I've left the spade bit in stuck in the side and ride around, and it just works. And people say that it doesn't work, and I've told them, come by the house, bring the stuff, and we'll break one of your rims and fill it up and do it. And it's not. I'm not a genius for figuring out how to do it. It just, you do it a certain way and it works. But I don't know. But thanks. Thank you one day at a time. I appreciate that. Um, and I have a buttload of views off of it. I mean, I had several 100,000 views off of that video. But I think for a while I disabled the comments because people were saying that. Go figure. Daniel Trawick, buddy of mine, he's on and around. He's come out and ridden before, and he's a big boy. Daniel, half the time he's on here, Daniel is 300 plus, and he doesn't squish those tires. And he did comment. He said, "Yeah, they ride rough." He said, "But they don't go flat." And like I said, Daniel's a big boy. He is. I don't know. It was interesting. It really was. Initially, that was when I was kind of new to YouTube because it kind of hurt my feelings too. And I thought, I think I'm lying. I thought, after a while, 4 years into it now, screw them. They'll get over it or not. Doesn't matter. It's all right. But yeah, I may do an update video. I've been toying with the idea of getting kudzu and Murray Gator back to going again. Obviously, I'm going to have to clean carburetors and gas tanks and all that stuff. I don't know. It'd be kind of fun. I have some back problems now. Thanks, Dot. Yeah. I didn't have, I guess I was trying to entertain more than I am now. But I've really been toying with the idea of getting those things going again. It wouldn't take much. Because they're, like I said, I've got them, they're in mothballs, they're covered. Wire connector to adjust the two-stroke. That was a dang good, yes, sir. Yeah, that was, and that just, I got lucky. Redneck Prepper. See you, buddy. Thanks for coming by, man. I'm about to wrap everything up too. Yeah, Pete, I try to just figure out common sense ways to do stuff. Because I bought the 6-pack of the adjustable tools, and you would adjust them. They call them a Pac-Man and a spline screw and all that stuff. And a 612, 6 times 6 is $36. Each one of those is $6, and there's 6 main different types. It's probably 10 altogether. But by the time you spent everything for those, depending on what you got, you spent $40 just for adjustment, high-low adjustments on 2-cycle stuff. And I have been toying with the idea of getting back into doing the small engine work again. One of the things is I've got some arthritis going on. It's kind of why I quit. I've got arthritis developing in my hands and fingers from all the crap I did when I was younger. And so at the end of the day, I can tell when I've been wrenching on stuff. It's not like when I was 20 and 30 and 40, 50. So I have to take some stuff to help, not any kind of control or anything, but just I have to take a buttload of ibuprofen and Tylenol. But yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're dang right. The battery powered. Yeah, one day at a time. Yes, sir. I agree completely. I'm getting old and wearing out. I wish I'd been able to do this stuff 20 years ago because I would have had a lot more videos. But again, I would have probably had a lot more people who watched what I did, so I'd probably be in jail for all the stuff that I did back then. So I sure am glad that we didn't have recording devices back then. But anyway, guys, we're going to wrap everything up because I have kept you for 45 minutes. Pete, I agree with you, or I'm sorry, one day at a time. I agree with you completely. It is relaxing, but people would drop off stuff and they'd say, "Hey, I need you to do this. Can can you have this thing finished up for me by on Wednesday, and can you have it done by Friday, because I've got to cut this cemetery by Friday evening, and if you don't get it finished so I can do it, I'm not gonna be able to make my car payment. I'm thinking like, come on, guys, I had to, I'll do what I can, and then so I got a little involved with a lot of people, and it just wasn't the best way to do it. I do miss it, and I've got all the dang tools and books and resource materials, and I still am subscribed to a lot of the online resources. I may get back into it. I just don't know if I have the time anymore. It's fun. I'd love to find one or two people and teach them how to do it, because if you do small engine stuff, I know people think, oh, that's just grease monkey junk. Yeah, exactly, Doc. Exactly. That's what I would ultimately do. If you know how to do this small engine stuff, and I did it for several years. Now, mind you, I didn't have insurance, but we paid our mortgage and our car payment and bills and groceries and all the incidentals. We didn't have a lot of money left over. It was just me, but we were able to. 2 years, we were off the grid, off the radar, working for myself, and it was okay. Hey, Kevin, how are you doing? Kevin is a movie star. He has so many irons in the fire, and he is on several different podcasts. Kevin Ryder. Guys, Kevin, actually, if you would post some of your information about the groups that you're associated with and the training programs that you have, I would appreciate it. Kevin's a really good guy, and he is our resident medical person, wilderness survival emergency person. How about that? And oh, that's cool. I can't wait for you to do some videos on that. I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out. I'm just amazed at how expensive. I think you told me about the batteries for that thing. Those things are not cheap. If we're talking about the same thing, the batteries for the whole system, I think. One day at a time. Here's my email address. Hang on. Let me find a pen. If y'all need to get in touch with me, there you go. Now, you don't have to try to write it down. It's dtaylor17@bham.rr.com or mayhemcountryliving@gmail.com. Don't worry about writing it down. Just watch the seconds on this video and then go back and you can write it down later if you want to do it that way. So do that. Send me your information, and that way we can talk offline if you have any questions or concerns or anything like that. Anything that we discussed. I'll try to put links in here. I'm really going to try to do better about that. Dang, Kevin, that thing is not cheap. Okay. You're just going to use AGM battery up front for now. That's cool. take it easy, buddy. One day at a time. I'll see you later. Email me that, and I'll keep everything confidential. Whatever questions or concerns that you have, we will, just dtailer17 at bham.rr.com. One day I'll have that dang website up, and or not. Just call me or text me or email or message. You be careful, buddy. 20-foot cables. Oh yeah, that's nice, Kevin. That really is. That should be pretty good size. That's gonna be pretty good. Yes, sir. I understand. All right, guys. I am getting ready to wrap everything up here because I kept us even longer than I said I was going to keep us. We're at 51 minutes. I have enjoyed talking with each and every one of you guys. She's out shopping, Pete. Don't hear it. Don't hear it. She's out shopping. I'll tell her that she was asked about. She is out shopping. Yeah, I know it. I did a video the other night. You'll see it. And I had it set up to where I'm making pickles. And she says, "What's that?" I said, "I'm making pickles." And we're on camera. She picks it up and she drinks out of it and puts it down, laughs, and walks away. Oh no, that's hurtful, Kevin. That's hurtful. Yeah, that's funny. It would only cost you $20 or something like that, I think, for the domain name. But yeah, and so yeah, she drank the brine, and she drank like half of it, pickle juice. I like drinking pickle juice too. Yeah, so she drank it and laughed and walked off, and I thought, what the hell? You kind of, I recorded it. You'll watch it if you see the video. It's where I make the refrigerator pickles. Oh, that's even cheaper than I thought, Kevin. I thought, damn it, man. I can't do nothing. I can't have nothing nice without you kids tearing everything up. That's kind of what I want to say. But I thought it was funny. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up now. I don't think she drank a lot of it, but it filled it up with cooties. It had like redhead cooties in it. After that, it's just, you get worms from redheads. That's what I tell her. But yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up because I'm starting to laugh at myself now. You take it easy, guys. I appreciate everything that y'all are doing, and thanks for, yeah, I know she probably spit back in it. Doc, there wasn't no backwash. There was a spit in it, I'm sure. But guys, you take it easy, and I will see y'all later. Take care of you people. Bye-bye.